Hey guys, welcome back. Been a while, I know. Super busy. I haven't known where I was gonna be or how much on here. Unless, I kind of got one of my little downloads or requests or something's going on. I thought I needed to get to you guys, but we are super busy. Sun up to sundown, we're just busy out here. But I want to do a video. You're seeing it all over. It's the new illness fear tactic I think they're going to try to push, and they are, and you're hearing it. It's the H5N1 avian flu, bird flu, whatever you want to call it, and they're talking about how they're seeing it in cattle, and there's been people with it and stuff like that. But the bird flu, it has affected people in the world at different times since like the mid 90s. I don't know the exact date. It was like 95 to 98, right? Maybe somewhere in there, but it was since the mid 90s. They've seen that affected in people and stuff before. So, I'm going to go on the natural side of things, and knowledge is power. Educate yourself so you won't be fearful of the nonsense. C19 is running its course, right? So, that's died down. People have caught on to some of that were biting that for so long. Those who have not, don't worry, they got a 10th booster for you coming up this fall if you want to jump in line for that. Anyways, so I just want to go over, because they're seeing it, and it could be one of those things. They label it this with the bird flu. It could be a whole mad scientist things like they've done before with this one that we saw a couple years ago. I don't know. Same thing, flu. You think, body aches, fever, headache, the fatigue, the coughing, the sore throat, respiratory stuff. Sometimes, like any other flu or illness, it can turn into pneumonia with certain people. Some people get GI upset, things like that. The only thing difference with this is oftentimes they'll see is eye infections can come with that as well. So, natural things. A lot of this stuff I'm going to talk about repeats when I talk about things, because it's a virus. It's repeats when you do it. So, but again, have this in your mind. Take notes. Just label it. Oh, I came across this. It's in my area. Whatever. These type of things will help. The big things. Turmeric. I talk about turmeric all the time. You can have it in teas. You can have it in spices and add it to your cooking. You can make a steep and put it in there. You can get real turmeric root and do stuff with it. That's going to help your whole body inflammation as well, and it has a lot of good properties. Do that. Garlic. I can't say enough about garlic. Garlic. Grow your own garlic. Get organic garlic. I don't care if you ever get organic already minced garlic, however you want to do it. I buy several different ways. We always have fresh garlic, but I buy several different ways also to store and have long term, and we grow it and different things like that. Everything about it's antiviral, antibacterial, many other things. You want to have that. And, again, when I go through these ones that you're not supposed to have all the time, I will tell you. But a lot of the food type things that I'm talking about on herbs, just incorporate them regularly. And if you even feel like, I think maybe I'm feeling like something, come on, just do it. Don't wait till it's full blown, like, okay, now, yeah, this is it. Well, you've been exposed to it, it's in your area. Just incorporate these things. Olive oregano, like I say all the time, that is your power punch. That is extremely strong natural antibacterial, like a natural antibiotic, viral, fungal, parasitic, on and on and on. That, I don't use that for every little thing. Or, and if you're not going to go through the oil of oregano because it's so potent, include fresh oregano regularly. Again, herbs to grow. You can grow herbs inside. These are the ones I talk about all the time. You make sure you have these. Oregano is one of those. I'm like, when you have, like, I have an abundance of oregano, I want you to plant some more and keep it going. You can do it fresh. You can do it, pick it and do it dried. Have both on hand. That's what I do. Incorporate it regularly all the time. One is about the bird flu thing is green tea. Now, be careful. Like, I'm not talking about Lipton green tea and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. You need to try to go organic type green tea, because they put a lot of things in that when you don't get it organic for green tea. I don't tolerate but a very small amount of green tea. Some people cannot tolerate it, but it has a lot of good antioxidant, antiviral properties. And with green tea, it restricts a release of an enzyme within us. It's called neuraminidase. I'll put that down there. And it's just the scientific things behind it, but it's the enzyme that's released. That enzyme is required for the H5N1 to reproduce within us. And it blocks that. So if you come across this or been exposed to it or something like that, the green tea, sipping on the green tea, have that, you know, in your pantry, do organic and things like that. Put some honey in it. You know how I'm about that. Put some honey in it, which is another good, you know, benefits for that is getting the honey. Because for this particular virus, it does block that enzyme, which is needed for this to keep reproducing and, you know, carrying on within you. Green tea, don't forget that. Echinacea, you know, echinacea is one of those things you can take for very short periods of time. Echinacea is not one like you would take every day with your supplements like vitamin C and stuff like that. Now, it does purify your blood. It boosts your immune system, which I would recommend for this. Some people don't tolerate it well. It can mess up their stomach. And some people can have an allergy to it. If you haven't had it, you know how to do the testing. If you've been with a while, skin patch, start anything new, start low and slow and build up, things like that. But echinacea, because of the blood purifications it does, I would recommend that. Vitamin C, I mentioned a while ago. You know how I'm about vitamin C. Do not get synthetic vitamin C. It needs to be made from whole berries, citrus, you know, things like that, whole foods, because you're going to be wasting your money if it's vitamin C. And actually, synthetic vitamin C causes a lot of damage, so don't even mess with it. And incorporate foods, anything antioxidants as well. Get those in from foods for your vitamin C. Cayenne pepper, you know how I am about cayenne pepper. I love cayenne pepper. Put it in your, what I call hot toddies, but they're not. You hear me talk about it all the time. Put a pinch of cayenne pepper, put it in your culinary stuff, make a steep, put it in there, mix it with a bit of honey to get it down, anything you want. But it strengthens our immune system, but also with cayenne pepper, you'll kind of get that sweat, that heat feeling from cayenne pepper. It encourages, when you ingest that, it encourages and creates this sweat, which makes it's like a detox through sweating through our skin. And that's one of the best ways to get viruses and illnesses out is the sweating. That's why, like, when we get fevers, you know, we're freezing, but we're sweating and things like that. It's trying to get out. And doing cayenne pepper, it encourages your body to do that, and it'll help it get out quicker. Olive leaf extract. This is a pretty strong one. I've talked about this one and things like grapefruit seed extract and grape seed extract. Those are harsher ones, so you may not be able to tolerate it if you never had olive leaf extract, which is the milder out of the ones I just mentioned. But the antiviral, antibacterial, it supports and kind of detoxes your blood and your lymphatic system, which I talk about that. If you haven't seen my thing, also any illness, your lymphatic massages and drainage, I have a video on that. Do that as well. So I just highly recommend the olive leaf extract. You go with tea or something with it. Again, put honey in there, get it down. That's another one you don't want, you know, that's not something you want to take every day as part of your regimen. You don't want to just like have a cup of tea of that all the time. But if you have something like that going on, olive leaf extract, olive leaf tea, things like that, you want to get that in. And of course, I'm going to go, because I say it all the time, is colloidal silver. The colloidal silver, you can do like 1 ounce 4 times a day. If you're sick with something, you can do it more than that. You know, it needs to be nano-sized. You know, we make ours, you know, and then ours is 10 parts per million and things like that. With the colloidal silver, you take that internally. Also, if you have anything of the eye infection stuff that comes with this, or pink eye or anything like that, colloidal silver will get that immediately. I also recommend putting about 5 cc's of colloidal silver in your sinus rinse. Remember to use distilled safe water when you do a sinus rinse. Never, ever, ever use like tap water and stuff to do a sinus rinse. You know, you mix up your sinus rinse with a regular salt package, put about, 5 cc's of colloidal silver in there, and flush that through, and it's going to get anything in our nasal passages, your sinuses, from anything building up. A lot of times that can take things from taking hold. If I've been exposed to some things, I will just come home and do a sinus rinse with colloidal silver in case I inhaled, was exposed to anything comes about. So these are things, again, knowledge is power. Don't be fearful. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with all this. I always think that they're doing some mad scientist things, and you're hearing it out more and more, and they're kind of pushing that, and they're talking about the cattle, which I think is another reason for them to cull a lot of that food supply attacks, right? So, and I have people ask if this is a thing, but I think a lot of people have this misconception that it's only ever been in birds. It hasn't, but I think they always think that they're going to mess around with things and tweak it, and they'll push it and make it a fear thing more than it needs to be. I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope it helps. Of course, if you have questions, email me, throw them in the comments and everything. So everyone stay well, God bless, and I will see you next time.